And this is what reminded me to do this segment. I saw a video where other players leave. It showed a Dwight leaving, getting scared at the end game, didn't unhook somebody, said Leon S. Kennedy, and they had this like epic music. And Leon S. Kennedy went and unhooked this person. He's juicing, killers over the weakest of loops around something that is like almost a dead zone, other than a weak window, and then he gets hatched. How many times have you seen it? Leon S. Kennedy's, if they're gonna die being super altruistic. I bet you if you had a stat, people that don't unhook you and people that unhook you, you are gonna find Leon S. Kennedy's way higher than the other ones are the people that will unhook. I feel like maybe Claudettes or Sables maybe are ones like they get on a chin when you're almost on the next stage and you're like, what's going on here, man? Why are you doing this? Uh I feel like Leon S. Kennedy's super underrated. I have a theory why this is. I have a theory why Leon S. Kennedy's are thought of being or oh, here we go. Let me put this up here. I have a theory why people think that he's so bad. Leon S. Kennedy. Oh, Leon S. Kennedy, player, and dude. Okay, that like look at this. Okay, it's famous that he's hated. Is Leon Man as a winner? What all the hate is about? I would have games where people say I play good for a Leon man, but never run it. Exactly, he plays good for a Leon man. My concept is they're getting it all screwed up in their head. He plays good maybe because he is a Leon man. Leons are good, and they can potentially throw by being too aggressive and altruistic. I admit that, but they play well and they play altruistic. People hate on Leons. News to me. Well, then you're not paying attention then, because yes, people hate on Leons. You're not plugged into the DBD matrix. If you go people hate on Leon's question mark, you're not plugged in. Yeah. Yeah, they do, bruh. It's famous. There's like memes everywhere. Usually survivors that get the most hate are Nias and Fangs. Maybe Claudettes. Maybe Nia's from the Killers, because Nias are so aggressive in the face of the Killers. No, no, no. Yeah, see, this is it right there. Most, and this is plus 10. Look at the distribution of ups. This is one of the highest ones. Hilariously bad at DBD. This is the concept. People who play. Yo, okay. Thank you for keeping me on track with my train of thought. The largest influx of characters to this date. Now, this is going to be dethroned probably, or at least there's a good chance it gets dethroned by Five Nights at Freddy's coming out soon. But the highest influx of DBD characters yet is the original Nemesis Leon Jill chapter Resident Evil. Okay? That's the highest player rate that there's been so far. Now, what happened there? Lots of new players came in. Yes, you can see it in the number. New people coming in. You're new. You're a Resident Evil fan. Who you gonna pick, dude? There's gonna be a bunch of Leons coming in. They don't know how to play very well. There was probably a point, now this is before I played. I got in on the game on Project W. I got in because of Resident Evil, just the second chapter. I watched Bach Basut play Wesker. I looked at some point on the Switch to see if there was a Resident Evil game I'd be interested in playing, see if there was a port or something. And I saw the Dead by Daylight Project W chapter was on there, and I remember watching it and saying, that might be interesting. I tried it. Now I'm playing DBD to this day. I was in because of chapter 2. All these people came in chapter 1, bigger flux in than there was in chapter 2. All these Leon people, I bet you were terrible. Leon used to be terrible when there was a flux of new players. Look at this. Noob behavior. Look at that. That's 2 years ago. Yeah. This is a while ago. Yeah. Used to be they were bad. They're not bad anymore. They're actually some of the most altruistic, get in the killer's face players that there are. They can loop. They will unhook. They're not afraid. They'll body block at the gate. So I would say the perception of Leon as a player is mixed. Some players find him decent at looping, while others consider him bad reputation. There is a hugely bad reputation. In terms of perks, Leon's are, well, perks. I mean, that's not what we mean. We mean the player base. Like, I play a lot of Toledo. I'm not. What's the perks have anything to do with it? Toledo. One of the reasons it's all about that. It's all about her title screen. She's got cool music. She's just fun. Sick of the slander, and there's a hot take I could make at some point. Tools of Torment was an underrated release, and the perks compared to other chapters are underrated. Game of Foot is not rated as highly as it should be. Now, background player does get some gifts. They had that huge nerf though. Leon's used to be baby players, yep, who play Leon have been for years. Yeah, Leon S. Kennedy is not bad. Leon S. Kennedy is goated in my opinion. I'm gonna do a real quick thing. I'm gonna do the best. I'm not gonna do a full tier list. I'm gonna do and Leon is one of the best in this group of the average Survivor player. Maybe it's funny though. Maybe I'll have a bit of hypocrisy. I find Sable players bad, and maybe there was like new players playing Sable, right? And now maybe they'll get better, and I won't notice because I have a preconceived notion. We're cognitive misers. We don't make changes very well as humans. Okay. Tier list maker. Okay. DBD Survivor. Okay. What the? Okay. Okay, dude. Best. 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 Sent from Jesus. Amen. Oh, speaking of sent from Jesus, sacrifice yourself. This is the Jesus of DBD. Maybe this will be Mary Magdalene. Okay. They can get okay, but they're so brought down by newer people and bad players. I'm gonna do this quickly. Am I gonna put Neon? I don't know yet. Aces, dude. They're almost try hard. They're like when you go to the book club. You know, when you go to the book club, he's the guy that read the most books, and it's almost irritating being around him because he's like, well, actually, Infinite Jest. Does anybody really know what happened to Gately? I know what happened to Gately. Here's the genius of David Foster Wallace. You see, what David Foster Wallace did is he, in your face, in plain sight, put the ending of what happened to Gately after he left the hospital at the very beginning of. Bro, I was just saying Harry Potter's OP magic skills in book 4, man. What are you talking about? Like, he's almost too good. He's the best. Here we go. Uh, these guys would be contenders, but they most of the time. Okay, you know how the real bad players bring down Dwight? The goofy people. These Steve players that just put on scene partner with their friends just to fucking laugh. They make Steve not go. Steve would be easily. He's right here for me. He should be here, but they don't take it seriously now. They're the opposite. These two are as good as each other. But these guys so don't give a fuck they can't even be up here. They could be. Okay. Who do we have? Jill's almost. Jill's would be on second tier. Ada's wish they were. They try so hard to be. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't put my main up there. That would be super disingenuous. There's some bad Toledos. They're mid. Renatos are trying, man. You ever notice this, guys? They're maybe okay. They're not quite there yet for me, but they're trying. Maybe they're like where Leon used to be. Renatos. I feel like there's way more Renatos than there used to be. Okay, you look for this. I swear to God, because the way the universe works, you guys are going to see this after you watch the video. Watch for Renato with blonde hair and an Iron Maiden shirt. He's going to fucking cook. I'm not, he's, no, he's here. He is here. I'm sorry, I have to be honest. Yeah. I have to be honest. He's still like top 5. Uh Wakes are not the worst. These guys, dude, sometimes Nicolas Cage's remind me a little bit of Steve. This, by the way, guys, just take teammate sent from Jesus himself. That applies. No, this means like almost sent from. These are like almost there. Like I could have been a contender. They're not very good. Adams feel like, bruh, I could have been an ace. Wakes are mid, might as well be robots. I've seen one or two real sweaty wakes, but yeah, actually you're right. They don't actually. They do almost feel like almost nondescript. Is that what you kind of mean, or you mean they play like bots? Dude, Jakes play like bots, in my opinion. Trying to see if I'm missing it. Cheryl's. I guess I'm doing like the god tiers and the almost god tiers. I'm not going to retitle these, but keep in mind when I do this god tier, almost god tier. They're just not quite there. I think there's bad enough ones in there that it brings them down. That's about right. Just for the fun of it, we're gonna do the awfuls. This one. There we go. That looks about right. Oh, dude. Oh my god, I have like devil's advocate in my blood because this is like 7% pick rate of the community. So you know I'm dude, look at this. I ought to make a tier list that looks exactly like this, dude. I'm gonna publish this. I'm gonna publish it just like this too, because I think it's comical. Bruh. I'm not gonna get unique with my memes here. Okay. Giga Riz. And by the way, I'm all about transparency and being honest when I talk about stuff. There is a bit of information that makes my list seem inaccurate, and that's he has the highest death rate in the game. I could do some cope. I could cope and say, well, it's because the way that they play is so aggressively. I had a game recently where I had a Nicolas Cage in my face constantly. This dude was the meme god himself. See, they play similar to Steve. He's using fixation, champion of light. All he wanted to do is blind me and teabag. Uh, I had a pretty bad round, but I'll tell you, he died. Maybe that's why he wasn't a bad player. He wasn't a bad player at all. It's just, dude, you get in my face enough, man, you're gonna get flesh swatted, bruh. The what's up? Do the Donald's ad. I might. Oh, I didn't notice. I didn't notice an ad. So there we go. This what do I title this? Are they gonna let me post this, or I don't have an account? This is the list. No, seriously, these are the Chads. These three are really, really, really good. Leon is just, I'm putting him up there because he will make sure you live. You will live with him. He, okay, unlike these guys that just throw, Leon isn't throwing for the team. He may die, right? But the team is going to survive. The Renatos have just been lately a blonde Renato and an Iron Maiden shirt. Yui's are just good. Aces are just good. Aces are too good. They're almost obnoxiously good. They try so hard to win, right? I could have been a contender. Hey, dude, do this. Hey, Wesker, if you could, I don't know what we could do with Alucardbatz as far as memes go, but check this out. Check this out, man. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, where's the? Okay, dude.
Liberty.
So we're
Liberty
gonna
Mutual
do.
is all she talks about since we saved
I
hundreds by
forgot that
bundling
was
our home and
Marlon
auto
Brando,
insurance.
actually, which is actually.
You don't
How did
understand.
I
I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
Dude, okay.
Don't
Here's
understand. I could have had.
here's a meme concept, okay? I think actually some of the stream here, I just might do meme concepts, and memes can come from the stream. And like, even if there's limited views on the stream, Cool, whatever. It could turn into the stream could turn into memes. Leon mains will always be my favorite to play with. I remember when I was new to the game and I was going against Dredge for the first time. Oh my god, dude! It was a Leon! Dude, there was another match. Maybe it was at the swamp where the Leon was being super altruistic, and when he died, we were like, Leon, no! Remember? No, Leons have always been goated for being altruistic since we played. See, but that's my theory. When there was first a Leon main, they were just new potatoes. They were new, dude. They were new. Okay.
Class.
Put Steve's face over this guy, okay?
I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum.
Now, when you do bum, I don't know if you could get footage of Steve swiping like this at a garbage can. Just find a garbage can and do this at it.
Which is what I am. Let's face it.
Okay, when he goes, what I am, let's face it, we don't need to see this guy. And then you go, wah, 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 wah. Right? You do the scene partner thing. There's your Steve meme.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender.
When you do class, you should show somebody like, who's got class? You could be ironic and show Jeff. Yoon Jin, probably. If you want to, like, it delivered seriously, Yoon Jin. I could have had class. If you want to be ironic, show him. If you want to be ironic, show Nia. If you want to be ironic, show Ash. Not ironic would be Felix, but kind of boring, not very funny. Show Leon in the suit. When he says I could have had class, show Leon in the suited Leon. See, now we're just still doing pro Leon stuff. Yeah, I think this is good list, actually. These are the best DBD survivors you will see. These are almost there. Just not quite good enough. Just not quite good enough. Maybe, though. Like, you will see good ones of these. And then these guys are just too, like, they throw. They're playing too goofy. These guys play too goofy. I just recently had a fixation champion of light, super aggressive. Nicolas Cage, everybody knows about the scene partner Steves. But they're part of the culture, DBD culture. People that say stop this, they should be banned. Oh yeah, we don't need culture. We need everybody to play boring. No. These people need to exist. The Screaming Steves. Good job, sirs. You didn't get here, but man, you are part of the culture. You are part of DBD culture. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? I bet you I am. They get close. No. Oh. What's that doing that? Oh, yeah. Which ones are better here? Just the statistics on him, I have to make him the lowest because it's almost the actual, because you have your own line of reasoning, your reasoning that could have biases, and then you have numbers. Numbers say he shouldn't be on here. What was I noticed something? I had an observation before that I don't see bad Zarinas. Barely ever. But it's so weird. I think it's the way they play, and there's really not a lot of them. They get lost in the discourse. Like, who thinks or talks about Zarinas? Well, look for a Zarina. I have a challenge here. No, no, because this is actually my thought on this. They are so rare. Zarinas are so rare that you're gonna forget you even played with any. But I swear, when you play with them, dude, they're genuinely good. There's not a lot of terrible Zarinas, and they're usually very, very good players. They just that somehow, like Claudette blends into the map, Zarina blends into the community. It's very strange. Dude, here we go. This is my new subject matter actually. This is segment 3. Segment 1 was Anakin Corn Freak on a Leash song parody. Segment 2, Leon's Goated. That's a hot take, by the way. I don't know why. And then I don't know what. Okay, do you want to know the hot takes that are worth mentioning to people? That when you go, oh, I understand it's a hot take. No, the hot takes that are best communicated are the ones where you're like, I don't even know why this is a hot take. It's so true. Like, how is this a hot take? When you feel that way, it means your hot take has perhaps some validity, or at least you believe in it enough. Okay. Leon Mains will. Yeah. That was fun. Okay. Segment 3. Who the hell are these Zarinas? And why don't people talk about them? It almost like reminds me. You know what it reminds me of? No one talks about Yakamoka. You notice that? Everybody talks about Cold Wind. Everyone talks about RPD. Everyone talks about Midwitch. Everyone talks about Gideon. Everyone talks about Autohaven. Everyone talks about Macmillan. Everybody talks about the fucking Dungeons and Dragons map. Everybody talks about Ormond. No one talks about Yakamoka. You ever notice that? Okay, so that's the thing. This is the Survivor equivalent. Like, who plays Zarina DBD? There are Zarina players. I don't see streamers playing Zarina. I don't see YouTubers. I see her like you may see a Kanuki on Yakamoka. Like, oh shit, there it is. Let's see. Who plays? There's 42 at this point, huh? Is that even accurate? I don't know. Like who plays her, dude? Okay. We don't need lore stuff. Speaking of, we don't like lore. Oh, I don't. No, I'm not gonna go. There doesn't seem to be a stereotype. Let's create one. If there's not a stereotype, let's make one. They're really good players, but they blend. Maybe like unlike a Leon, they don't draw attention to themselves. They just play well. No, this was 2 years ago though, so I don't know if that's true. Yeah, yeah. Do gens, do saves, may loop a little bit, help when needed, gets out. Yeah, they're just good players, dude. Yeah. Oh, maybe introverts play Zarina. Wow, what would that would be so interesting. What if like super skilled introverted players played a character and didn't want to draw attention to themselves, just played to have fun, played well, and no one noticed them because like they don't notice the real quiet people in real life. What if the real quiet person plays Arena? See, like I said too, there's not like streamers and stuff don't play Arena. Not many I've seen. Yeah. Hey, look. Someone said Leons are known as bad players. I've never heard that. Dude, it took me like a search or two after to find Leon. Shade, dude. How does it I've never heard of a Leon being bad. 5 minutes later, a Leon that isn't a okay. I've rarely encountered Serenos, but when I do, it's like teaming with a Leon that isn't a dumb Labrador. Dude, and he keeps going to the Leons. Don't get me wrong, I love Leons. They're best boys. It's not very smart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, he's being nice. He's not being toxic about it, but he thinks Leons suck. Yeah, my some what there doesn't seem to be a stereotype. Here's a stereotype for you. Zarenas are the real quiet introvert that doesn't talk to many people, and a lot of people don't even blend in, or they just blend in because. Oh, I shouldn't have went on this. Oh, by the way, this would be a hilarious meme making that Steve. Uh, you could even say why aren't Steve's the best players in DBD? Let's see. Oh, I guess I'm done with that anyway. I guess I was compulsively looking at the characters, I guess. Tell me if I'm wrong. Oh, if you are a Zarina player, comment below that if I'm right or wrong that you tend to be highly introverted.